Hello guys, welcome to another edition of Rage Against the Dice. Today, we have a Judge Dredd triple unboxing for you. Now I know what you're thinking, because I was thinking it myself. Kevin, what you doing? You normally string this out into 3 separate videos to try and get extra views. And you're right, I do. But I've got loads of content at the minute because I'm locked at home. We've got painting stuff, we've got Vince's reviews, we have model builds, we have all kinds of rubbish going on. So, thought I'd treat you guys to showing you my current Judge Dredd haul that just came in the post today. Now, full disclosure, it took a while to get to me, but it would do, because obviously Warlord are working on a reduced staff, and then the Postal Service are also on a reduced staff, so it took them a little longer to make, because, full disclosure, they were out of stock when I purchased them. Took a while to make, and then obviously they had to ship them, and then I finally got them, so I ordered them just under a month ago, and they finally come. So I'm pretty excited for this. Like I said, it's due to obviously the pandemic and stuff. It's not the general shipping practices of the company, but I will bring it up for those people who watch this video and think, I want to get myself an Anderson or Dredd. You might have to prepare for a little bit of a wait. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a look at them in total. I'm going to start with the block gang reinforcements because I'm going to be playing as a block gang mainly when I play, so that's why I want to look at these. And secondly, you guys are going to stick around for Dredd and Anderson, so I might as well milk it a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the shrink wrap stuff off now, because although they would get 30 seconds of content of me wrestling trying to take shrink wrap off these packagings, which would be hilarious because my incompetence, I'm not going to do that. So we're going to come back with the magic of them already being removed. So we are back in a post-shrink wrap environment, and this is the block gang reinforcements. Now I think these are about £10 or so, and you get 3 miniatures in there. So as it says here on the contents, you get 3 resin block gangers, so resin, same as the starter set. You get the plastic bases, you get 2 unit cards, you get an armory card, and you get a big mech card. So this is going to boost my basic game, which is fantastic. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep these cards separately for a while until we've done some playthroughs using the actual base game. So thank you, Tilly, for packing this. You are a gentle person and a scholar, so thank you so much. So let's have a look at what we get. So you get the block gang card for the reinforcements and a block gang lieutenant. Let's have a look at these. Now, you guys know I whinge about card stock quite a lot. I like a good quality card. These are a good quality card, I must admit. So with the block gang, stats on one side, you've got your Juve, your Punk, and your Heavy, and I believe this is the same one that comes in the starter set. Could be wrong, and if I am, let me know in the comments, or when I check it against my starter set, I'll be able to tell you then. Then we have the Block Gang Lieutenant. We're not going to run into their stats and things like that, because I can milk that for a separate video. Not just for these. I want to cover the stats in general. We are working on how to play for this game as we speak. So this is the big Meg card that comes with it, which is Hit the Dirt, Spuggers. D3 models may take an immediate hunker down action. You may play this as a reaction before any dice are rolled when your opponent declares any kind of shoot action. So that's pretty cool, and I'm going to definitely try and make use of that. And then the next one is the armory card that comes with them, which is Concussion Grenades, a weapon that stuns enemies, which you can find on page 52. Now, I love that. One thing I hate about games is when it says, oh, it's got X rule, and then you have to go searching through the book. Now, my only worry would be if they brought out another edition of the book, would they then bring out a whole new set of cards, or would you just ignore that at that point? But the game's fairly new. It's not something we need to worry about right now. But use with throw or as a special round. So that's pretty cool. So you can put it in your guns if you've got interchangeable ammo. So this is packed multi-level. I like that. This was packed by, I want to say Rodicea? Rodica? I apologise, I'll have butchered your name there, but you did a brilliant job so far. Well, I'm saying that, I haven't actually checked. Pause for now. So it comes with the standard terrible Warlord bases. You guys know how much I hate these. And at the moment, I've actually ran out of other bases, so I will end up having to put them on these So be it. It's not the end of the world. Let's face it, if the bases are the worst thing you can whinge about on a model, they're doing something right. So then we've got this ganger here. Now, I bought these, as I said, I'll be doing a Block Wars gang myself. As much as I love the judges, I find that, I don't know, there's something a bit about playing as the judges. So I'm going to be playing as the block gangs, which means that the judges will be open for Alan to use. That being said, it doesn't mean I won't be using them at some point, but... So I ordered these specifically for myself. It wasn't just to do an unboxing or anything like that. These are models I absolutely adored, and I wanted to get them for myself to use. Now, this is my favourite of them. I think she's an absolute badass. And how'd they paint her on the box, actually? Like so. Oh, there you go. I'm getting a more African-American vibe from her, so I'm probably going to paint her up in that way. But that's the brilliant thing about models, isn't it? You can paint them up how you want to fit your needs as a gamer. So this is the only model that doesn't have one piece. He's a two-piece model, and the arm goes on separately. Not the end of the world, and again, it's an absolutely gorgeous model, and it looks like that. Totally cool. So we're going to now start to move across, and we're going to look at Anderson next, who, as I look at the packaging, let's have a gander of that. It looks like Laura Dern. Now, if you don't know who Laura Dern is, she played Ellie Sattler in Jurassic Park, and she's also in a host of other things. That looks exactly like her. As it happens, though, I think when she was younger, she would have made a fantastic Judge Anderson, so I have no issue with it. But yeah, with this, you get 2 Warlord Resin Judge Anderson miniatures, the 1 Warlord Resin Lawmaster bike, 2 character cards, 1 armory card, side defenses, and 1 Big Meg card, which is the holding post. So yeah, you can tell I'm an orc player, can't you? Because I instantly want to say, even though I've been reading Judge Dredd longer than I've collected Games Workshop models, still my instinct is to say Big Mech instead of Big Meg. So yeah, wire and all that. So let's have a gander and or a goose. Now this is another it's another resin model, which is brilliant. And this is packed by that same person whose name I butchered before, so I don't want to say it again. But big shout out to you. You were proper awesome in the last one, so I'm sure you will be in this one. So we're going to look at those models in a second, but first we're going to look at the cards, which were packed by Kat. I know I don't need to give a shout out to the people who packed it, but they do a hard job, especially under the current circumstances. You know, they could be at home, like myself, on lockdown, but instead they're not. They're working hard, making sure I get my judge models. So thank you very much, Kat, and everyone else who packed these things. I think in the current circumstances, politeness is the least we can do, isn't it, really? So let's have a look. So you get the Lawmaster and all the stats for said Lawmaster. Because remember, Lawmasters can move on their own, both in the comics and within the context of the game, which is absolutely cool. I'm in again. Yeah, but they're all autonomous, so that's pretty awesome. Then you got the Side Judge, Cassandra Anderson, or Judge Anderson as she's known, and she doesn't look like Laura Dern there. Yeah, there's another. That's a really gorgeous picture of her, though. I love the artwork. So let's have a look. Armory card, side defenses. Reroll cool tests against side skills. Use as a free action, and it remains in play. So pretty cool. And then Big Meg. Holding post. Friendly model can cuff up to 3 subdued models within 3 inches as a free action. Cuffed models cannot be revived and remain subdued until the game is over with no chance of escape. Look at the artwork on that. Let's get in there. Brilliant. It's typically 2000 AD. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to have a look at the Laura Dern / Anderson model on foot. And of course it comes with the standard Warlord base. I'm always going to bitch about them. I'm sorry guys. It's something, if you're going to watch my unboxing videos of Warlord products, you're going to have to put up with. What I normally do is I normally order a big stack of MDF ones to replace them because they're cheap enough. They work really, really well, and war bases usually get them to you really, really quick. With it being the lockdown, I haven't put an order in, so I want to get these built up and painted, so I'm just going to risk it. I'm going to take the hit, as it were. So I said you get it on bike, and then on Lawmaster, and then you get her on foot. And that's the same with Dredd as well, as you'll see, and there's the handlebars. So it's in a couple of pieces, but it's not the end of the world. We've put up with a lot worse, haven't we? So let's have a look. Lawmaster comes in 2 pieces. Not too bad for a big hunk of resin like that, and it just, well, other than a bit of cleaning up, they just plug in together. You can't really complain at that. Obviously the handlebars are separate pieces, but I mean for the main chunk of it. And as I said, I won't be gluing her down because she can actually get off the bike, and the bike can work, as I mentioned before, on its own, which is pretty darn cool. So next thing we're going to look at, of course, is the main event, your main attraction. And before that, I'm going to take a small drink, and we're going to come back and we're going to look at the man himself, Mr. Joseph Dredd. Back. So guys, I'm back, and for yourselves, that was only an instant, but for me, that was about 5 or 10 minutes, because with it being locked down, I've got my children about, and children love to come and obsessively mess with my stuff when I'm doing unboxing videos. Anybody who does YouTube and also has kids will understand. If you don't, you're lucky that you don't have that problem. If you want kids, yeah, whether you want kids or not is all you. But yeah, so this is the Judge Dredd set with actual Dredd now. And as you can see here, rider is removable, as Lawmaster bikes can move autonomously in the Judge Dredd Miniature game. And they can. This is right. So you get 2 Warlord Resin Judge Dredd miniatures. You get 1 Warlord Resin Lawmaster bike, 2 character cards, 1 armory card called Electronic Override, and 1 Big Meg card. I said Meg first time, that time called Drop It. So let's actually have a look at this. It's really awkward when you're saying Judge Dredd Miniatures and you actually mean Judge Dredd, the title character or titular character, as opposed to Judge Dredd, the game. Maybe I should just refer to him as Dredd. I don't think we're close enough to refer to him as Joseph yet. And I'm okay with that. So I've just scattered this model all over. And the model itself doesn't come with a little thing saying who it was packed by. So I can't thank them. It's that simple. However, the cards do. And it was Mirella? I'm going to say Mirella. If I'm wrong, I'm sure they're not even watching this to care. But yes, thank you so much. Well, let's see if the cards are right. No, I'm sure they're perfectly fine. Everything else has been spot on. So, Electronic Override here. And as I said, this is an armory card. Will open any door and use with hunker down. So, cool. And then we've got the Big Meg card. Yeah, twice in a row. Look at me nailing it. And this is called Drop It. Play on an enemy model within any 8 inches of a friendly model. The enemy model must pass a cool test. If they fail, they may not take any actions during the next activation. Nice. The fear of Dredd, I guess. Boom, we get the card for a Lawmaster again. Flip it across here and you'll see all the stats. What weapons it comes with, etc. And then you get Dredd's card himself. Here he is, the man. Let's flip him over. And you can see a little bit of cheeky information about Judge Joseph Dredd. Or Judge Joe Dredd, as they put in there for space saving. Lists you all his rules and where you can find them on the rulebook. Lists his enemies. Lists the allies that you can pair him with. So yeah, that's cool. As I said, we're going to do a separate video on the how to play aspects of this. Now, the Lawmaster, presumably the exact same as the other one, but I'm going to keep them separate just in case. And then you get handlebars, of course, as well. So now we're going to look at Dredd himself. You guys know what I'm going to very quickly whinge about, though. Warlord bases. They suck. Bit of flash on there. Bit of flash and some... And obviously I will need to do some mold line removal and things like that, but it is resin, so it's not uncommon. But no blemishing, no damage. The head, which is of course the main thing, is perfectly fine. It's a gorgeous sculpt, it really is, especially when you compare it to the Judge that comes in the starter set, who I think stands a little bit effeminately, and there's nothing wrong with that. Let me just get that out of the way before my comments fills up. But he's a Judge, and predominantly, I don't recall any campy Judges in 2000 AD. Now, I haven't read everything before, again, you're in the comments going, well, in fact, if there is a campy Judge, let me know, because I'd be interested. I read 2000 AD from when I was a young kid, and I kind of stumbled into it by accident. I was reading Marvel comics, and yeah, I stumbled into 2000 AD, found out my dad was a big 2000 AD fan, and I read it probably until around about 2005, off and on. And then I stopped, not because I didn't like it anymore, just, you know how it is, you get a job and you do other things and you know nothing about it. And then I got back into it, and I'm currently recollecting up all the case files, because I had them, then when I moved, they got left at the old property. It happens. But yeah, so I'm recatching up. So my history on Judge Dredd, although it's pretty good, is still a bit patchy in places. So if there was a super effeminate, campy-based Judge, let me know, because I absolutely would love to A, read that story, and B, would like to model that miniature. But yeah, so that aside, his Dredd on his bike, or the Dredd model that would go on his bike, is really nice. Now, I like this where you've got the specific clip-ins, and you can see the corresponding shoulder bit with the army bit on it. There is a bit of flash there that I'm going to need to work with, but it does mean that you can pair them up nicely so they'll fit with your handlebars. And anybody who used to collect old Space Marine models will tell you how annoying lining up the handlebars used to be with the models. And there's the legs themselves. So whereas the Anderson one, you could actually theoretically put it on a base and use it. This one you definitely could not, because it's in a seated position. But yeah, I mean, my thoughts and feelings so far. I like that it's all resin. I had heard rumours that certain models were resin, certain models were metal, and I was quite worried by that. I mean, I prefer working with metal, if I'm honest. Anything but PVC plastic, as I'm finding out from sorting out all the Fallout stuff from the Fallout miniature game. I hate PVC plastic. I like normal plastics, or what would be the standard, industry standard plastics. I like using resin, but metal is still my favourite to work with. Yeah, but I'm really glad that these are all the same medium. It means you've not got heavy metal arms on resin bodies or anything stupid like that. So yeah, guys, my first thoughts overall is that I'm really happy with my haul today. I'm going to excitedly get these guys built up. Now, normally what I would do is in these type of videos is I would show you the build-up models at the end, but I'm not going to do that, partly because I think there'll be some green stuffing and filing and stuff that needs to go on the Lawmasters. And secondly of all, they're basically one-piece models, most of them, so it would just be stretching the video out for stretching the video out's sake. What I will, however, do is I will do a separate video once they're painted. Mainly Dredd and Anderson. I think my Block Wars models, I'm going to wait until all of them are painted, and then I'll do one long video together. But yeah, guys, so thank you very much for watching. If you guys are collecting the Judge Dredd miniature game, let me know down in the comments. Have you got any of these sets so far? If not, that's perfectly fine. Does the video make you potentially want to go and get some, now that you've seen that the fantastic people at Warlord know how to pack miniatures properly into a box without sending out the wrong parts, which, although it sounds like I'm taking the mick a bit, is quite rare these days, the amount of mispacks I seem to be getting. I don't know if that's just due to the current environment, though, and less people working on it, so they might be a little bit overworked. But yeah, I'm really happy with everything so far that I've just got, and I'm excited to get it built up. Give us a like, give us a subscribe. If you know any friends who are into Judge Dredd that you want to get into the miniature game, send them across this video. Check out some of our other content. We've got a load of 2000 AD stuff, including a review of the new Judge Dredd RPG, an unboxing of Strontium Dog. Yeah, so I'm excited to go and get these built and hopefully painted up. But thank you so much for watching, guys. Pray the dice gods and hope they smile upon you, and hopefully you guys are staying safe and shortly going to get back to work. Now the government said that we have to get back to work, even though it's still probably not that safe. Yeah, political rant aside. Take care, guys. Bye.